Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's the Savage Christian here. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that, and go ahead and slap the like button on that video. But I want to get into the video now. So, interesting enough, today I saw on my Facebook account under memories, it's been exactly 1 year since I was the victim of a knife attack. And I wouldn't I kind of want to call myself the victim, but I actually didn't get stabbed. I was actually very, very fortunate in this situation because I had a friend, right? He said he needed to pick up his clothes at this guy's house. And when he got there, the guy came outside and he was already disgruntled, very pissed off, right? And he actually went and pushed me. And back at this time, I was actually a blue belt, and I had actually not trained for a while, right? So this guy pushed me and was kind of like, what are you going to do about it? And I didn't even want any trouble, man. I didn't want any smoke. I just drove my friend over to this guy's house so he could pick up his friends, or so he said, or so he could pick up his clothes, so he said. And yeah, he freaked out, and like eventually once the guy calmed down, just like he said he was gonna let my friend inside to get his clothes, and I was like, you okay here? And he's like, yeah. So I went back to my car and I waited for a while, and I knew it was taking longer than a minute. So I got back out of my car to go check out what's going on, and these two are just duking it out right in like the lobby area of this guy's apartment. And like when I saw they were fighting, this guy actually had a freaking knife and he was rocking my friend, man. He was just getting his ass kicked. and he was trying to stab my friend. So like I was just like kind of like, what the hell, man? Like I was honestly like pissed off at my friend because it's like it was late at night. I was ready to go to bed. I had to go to work the next day. I didn't want to get into any of this kind of nonsense. And like I said, the guy was already aggressive before. He smelled like alcohol, so it's like you knew he was on something. And you know, he was just all over the place, this guy. But whenever I saw the knife, right, and I went into like the little hotel lobby and I just grabbed out the top of the knife, the not so sharp part, just pulled it out of his hand, threw it away from him so he couldn't like just grab it right away. And the guy started trying to swing at me, so you know, I just fucking picked up his leg. I just single legged his ass and took him down to the ground. And that was pretty much the end of it. From there, once I had him on the ground, there wasn't much the guy can do. And I ended up like body triangling the guy. And I don't know if you know, if you're not familiar with martial arts or jiu-jitsu, a body triangle is kind of like a wrap around the torso where you're like ideally you're pressuring like right against like the bottom of the rib cage and the bottom of the lungs, so it's like slowly kind of like suffocating, you know, the guy. And so I body triangled him, and I knew I had it locked, like right on point. And I was actually out of shape at this point. Like I hadn't trained for a while, so it's like I was like holy crap! Like this guy had a knife. Like I was actually, you know, kind of in shock. But I ended up able to body triangle this guy, and he just freaking didn't want to let go, man. like he must have taken a line of cocaine like this big before I got there. He was clearly just like, he was not in a sober mind. And he just, like, the guy didn't want to run out of energy. But I kept him locked, and I got my friend to call the police, right? And the police eventually showed up. I still had the body line triangle locked. I was just holding the guy steady. And, like, you know, part of me was like, man, I wish I would have messed this guy up. It's like I was in the perfect position to just kick the crap out of him. And he kind of deserved it because I didn't do anything to this guy. Like, I did zero to this guy. I didn't even know him. This was the first time I had met him. But when the cops showed up, I guess it turns out this guy had been like causing problems in bars like all throughout the last few weeks. You know, like throwing stuff at bartenders and stuff, making scenes. And they actually took the guy off to jail. But, you know, I just got extremely lucky. Like that I didn't get stabbed to death in this situation. It's just like, thank God I took the time in my life to try martial arts. And to be honest, I'm mad at my friend. Like, I actually legitimately, like, I stopped hanging out with him. Like, because I remember on the ride home in the car, I told him straight up, like, dude, I can't hang out with you if you're going to get me into these bullshit kind of shenanigans. Like, because my wife was pregnant, like, already almost due. Like, I told you, this was exactly a year ago today. And my babies are a little over 8 months old now. So it was like, she was like pretty far along in her pregnancy with twins. So my wife was already stressing out as it was. And I told him on the way home, like, hey, dude, like, I can't chill with you because, like, if you're going to get me involved in these ridiculous kinds of, like, situations, like, it's not worth having you around, man. Like, because I very much felt set up because I felt like he knew that this guy was going to be trouble and didn't want to say anything about it and just kind of brought me along so he had an extra body with him. You know, so I was pretty upset with it. But to be honest, like, I was at that point, I was actually like ready to like never go back to the sport again and never train again. And when I was in this situation, like, yeah, it kind of inspired me to go back to jiu-jitsu and train a little bit. And I started steadily going back to the gym a little bit more and a little bit more after that happened. And, you know, if God is with you, nothing can stand against you. And I just always think back to that situation because, like, it could have gone so much worse. Like, if the guy wasn't already super inebriated and was just hyper aggressive, like, I might have gotten stabbed to death. But lucky for me, this guy was just a drunk idiot. So I was actually very easily able to kick this guy's ass. I shouldn't say kick his ass because I didn't strike him or anything of the sort. But I didn't strike him or anything of the sort. But I was easily able to take him down and control the situation, get the police involved. And I'm just really lucky because they were asking questions. And apparently all three people that were there, me, my friend, and this guy, they all had different stories. And when the cops showed up, this guy basically said that we jumped him, which is like the farthest thing from the truth. Because I was just trying to make sure nobody got stabbed to death. And I almost ended up getting stabbed to death in the process. But go ahead, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know any type of situation that you've had to deal with where it was a dangerous situation like this, if you don't mind. God bless you guys and peace be with you.